Hello and welcome to UAE Achievers Talk Show Season 3. And I'm back again with another exciting episode. In this episode, we have a very special guest, Miss Ragini Shinde, and she is a NLP practitioner and a transformational coach. Let's understand more from her. Hi, Ragini.
Hi, Anul.
Thank you for giving us your time to be on the show.
Not at all. It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Let's begin with who is Ragini as a person, right? So,
Yeah.
I know you've done interior designing.
Yes, I studied interior design.
Yes. So take us through that journey.
Well, I studied interior designing. That was my major. In college, however, when I moved out of college, I moved cities with my mum. And that's where interior designing ended. My journey of interior designing ended. And I took up a job there, which was meant to be a stopgap, but I continued with that job for the next 6 years.
Wow.
As part of that job, I was a language and soft skills trainer for a BPO. So I did training for about 5 years.
Nice. So, and during that interior designing to a BPO language skill trainer, I mean, was that tough for you or you were very hands-on with did you study any bit of language trainer around it?
I was good at English at school and college always. I scored very high marks. But when I joined the BPO, I was interviewed for this role. And once I got through, we were put through this certification workshop and I cleared that as well. So that's how training happened.
Amazing. And I think then, if I'm not wrong, earlier on the discussion, I realized that you also mentioned about your learning and development experience in a manufacturing firm, right?
That's right.
So how was that experience?
So I've been a learning and development professional throughout my corporate career. And my move to the manufacturing company as part of their learning and development team was another great 6 years of working. I learned about different functions, different things that happen in a manufacturing company, which I would have never probably understood had I not been in the role that I performed in that company. I got to interact with a lot of people, different functions again, learn from the subject matter experts. So in the process, I grew a lot. And it was great while it lasted.
Amazing. But I think we're already talking about some 12, 13 years of experience by
Yes.
then. Yeah. So that's such a massive experience. But then what happens, especially more so, I think the women on the community can relate. A lot of us are, super successful in our careers. Then we get married. Then we have kids.
Yes, oh yes.
And some of us have to take a decision because of a situation, or let's say the requirement or a circumstance, or by own choice, that we want to take a break while we are in that pregnancy phase and all of that.
Right.
I know you went through a year gap as well.
That's correct. So I did. I had my son when I was working, and I thought it would be easy. But close to when he was about to turn a year, I realized he needed my time because my husband and I, both of us, were working.
Sure.
And we love doing what we do. We always love doing what we do, right? So this wasn't an easy decision, but because it was my son, the choice was very simple at that time for me. He needed my time, so he became priority, which is when I decided to take that break for a year. And I know people say it's very difficult to get back to work once
Yes.
you've, gone on that break, and, people won't want to hire you, etc., etc. I said, I'll see when I get there. I'll see about that. But for now, I know my son needs my time, and I don't regret that decision at all. I thoroughly enjoyed that 1 year that I spent with him. Because that time never comes back, right?
Sure.
It's so precious. Those milestones that you get to see, witness while your child's growing are nothing's comparable. Nothing comes close to that. So it was beautiful.
Amazing. And I mean, I can see as you talk that you're entirely so passionate about it, and you took that decision as a choice, and that's amazing. You could do that for your child.
Yeah.
And I want to tell this out to all the women out there that life doesn't stop even if you have to take a break. And right here in front of us, a very successful person is sitting, because immediately after the break, she cracked a very big brand, Luke Coutinho. Have I pronounced it right?
Yes, Lou Coutinho, that's correct. I worked with Lou Coutinho as part of their learning and development team again, designing learning content for them. And that's actually where my understanding and interest in the field of health and wellness, that's where the journey started, where my understanding evolved by leaps and bounds. I understood so much about health beyond just nutrition. Nutrition was one of my subjects when I was studying in college, but so I learned a bit over there. But when I came here, it broadened my understanding of wellness in such a different way, because I understood how sleep and stress and nutrition, as well as what you do in form of exercise, physical activity, all of them have a role to play in our lives, right?
Sure.
And they affect us. Every single aspect affects us hugely.
Sure.
So that was an amazing stint again, while it lasted. So it was great.
Amazing. I'm sure that would have been a fantastic experience for
Yes.
you, for the kind of exposure it would have given you. Talking about, again, one thing where I feel you have been very, very inspiring and motivating is also when, because of your husband, you had to move to Philippines. And you took a break, but I really don't call it a break per se, because I heard from you that you did a certification, you utilized your time, and that too from Cambridge. So that's quite motivating. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, so COVID hit, and as we all know, the world was affected by it, right? So for me, the initial few months were exciting because I had my son and husband both at home, which I never got to otherwise have them around.
Sure.
So we were all spending a lot of time together. We were eating together. Everyone was sleeping on time. All of those things were happening. But how long could you do that, right? Because again, Philippines had one of the strictest lockdowns in the world.
Yeah.
So we were confined to the inside of your house for most period in a span of 2 years, which meant that something needed to be done with that time beyond just sitting and watching television or chit-chatting or, dancing to music or binging on junk. That happened for a bit as well.
Yeah.
So that's when I decided I needed to do something constructive. And
Sure.
because I had already gained experience in language and soft skills training, I thought I could improve on that, which is how the CELTA certification, which is the Cambridge certification for teaching
Sure.
English to adults,
Sure.
that happened. And that was great because I already had experience. So it was just newer ways of teaching, better ways of teaching. And there's no end to learning, right? Learning is a continuous process. So it was again exciting because I was at home with nothing else to do. So this learning meant I was challenging myself, I was pushing myself. I had to prepare for an exam to be able to attend the certification course itself. So preparing for that test, preparing for the interview before the certification, and then being selected to be part of that group that that went through the certification process itself was a great challenge to have during that time. And I utilized my time well, so that was fun.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's super inspiring because not all people know how to use their time, circumstances, situations in best of something and still have that vision of, you can plan something ahead, future while using your time and stuff like that. So that's great what you did. And then I know Dubai happened.
And then, yes, Dubai happened. Just as I was getting ready for English language teaching in the Philippines, Dubai happened. And I was, my husband was working with a great MNC. But I saw how it was taking away all of his time and energy.
Sure.
And he didn't have any form of work-life balance then.
Sure.
He was working morning to late evenings pretty much every single day of the week. And if that wasn't enough, he was also working on weekends. So when I saw that and I heard from a few other people that I started meeting And over time getting to know them, I realized that everyone was sailing in the same boat in Dubai. So that meant if I had to get back to a corporate job, I would have to sacrifice so much of my time and energy as well. And I don't think I was ready for that. One, because that just didn't sound exciting. It just seemed so draining. And apart from that, I also had a son who needed my time and energy back at home. So
Sure.
it wouldn't have made sense for both of us to have all of our time spent outside of home and have him spend his time with someone else's care.
Sure.
So that was so while it wasn't easy, it was easy in the sense that I knew where my priorities were. I didn't
Sure.
want to spend time in confined to the four walls of a corporate office for most of my time here. I wanted to enjoy this place because we moved here thinking life was meant to be exciting, so I wanted to keep it exciting. And that's how I happened to look at opportunities and things that I can do.
Sure.
And I was in that phase of trying to discover what is it for me next, what excites me, what can I do next that will truly feel fulfilling.
Well, that's amazing. So now let's talk about Ragini Shinde, the NLP practitioner, the transformational coach, and all the success stories that we are aware of. We want to know more. First thing first, right? How NLP happened.
So it's interesting. I had never heard of NLP. I did hear of coaching. I know that a lot of people around me were talking about taking help from coaches because they were feeling stressed or they were feeling burnt out, my husband included. He had actively been seeking a coach around that time. And because he couldn't commit to the amount of time that it would require when he was working, and he had also understood what coaches did, he asked me to go and explore what NLP was all about. And I said, why me? Because I'm not working, I'm not stressed, I'm not burnt out. Why would I want to be there? He said, just to explore and understand what this is all about, what the subject is, and maybe it fascinates you. And I can't thank him enough, because had it not been for him, I probably would not have been here talking to you about this today, right? So it was beautiful. I went there out of curiosity to understand what this is. I did have a brief conversation before I signed up for the workshop, where my conversation was more around why this workshop, how does it help me?
Yeah.
Which is when this person told me why people come in, right? A lot of people are stressed, a lot of people are anxious, a lot of people have suffered trauma in various ways from past experiences. Life happens to all of us, and so many things that keep happening have shaped us, right?
Sure.
So a lot of people went to these workshops to understand, to overcome these past, these negative experiences, these negative feelings and emotions from their past experiences, and to understand how they can make their future better.
Yeah.
So I asked them, why, there are doctors, there are psychiatrists and psychologists who are sitting with legit degrees. So why would anyone come to me even if I did get certified at this workshop?
Yeah.
And the answer was what brought me in. She sold it to me with that one answer. She said, they exist and they need to exist. And yet there are coaches who also exist simultaneously, because in today's fast-paced world, a lot of people want answers and want faster fixes for their problems.
Sure.
And a lot of these traditional methods might take longer than one could afford in certain circumstances, which is why a lot of people seek coaches. And that's what I've seen in the past 2 years since I've been coaching, that's exactly what's been happening. People need more interventions beyond the traditional therapy that they've been seeking. So I think both can coexist, which is great.
Sure. Wow, that's amazing. And then talking about your discipline of, transformational coach, a common man has different, thoughts on what is a transformational coach.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Sure, let's unpack this. So NLP stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming.
Okay.
which in very simple words, if I had to explain to someone, neuro is to do with your brain, linguistic is language, right? So I'm still using English, but I'm using it in a very specific scripted manner,
Sure.
which helps with rewiring thoughts and behavior patterns in an individual, right? So whether an individual comes to me with a stress or overthinking or anxiety or relationship related problem, which is where they want my help, or something that they've suffered in the past, which is still a burden, which they've still been carrying into their current life as baggage, then that is where I use NLP techniques to help them overcome and rewire those thought patterns. So what essentially happens is we're not really deleting anybody's past. We're not getting. I can't go and erase memories from
Yeah.
their past, right? Those memories will remain with us forever.
Yeah.
But the trigger or the charge that's associated with those memories or those experiences is what we work on releasing. And that's what we accomplish through the coaching that I do with during my one-on-one sessions. So we ensure that there is whatever was a trigger to them in the past is no longer a trigger. So what happens is when they finish the workshop and they, or the breakthrough that I do with them, they get back to their routine life. And it's interestingly enough, every time I've had follow-ups with these clients, they've always come back saying things that I experienced or felt a certain way about in the past. I no longer get triggered by those same experiences. I respond to them differently. I have a more balanced way of responding and approaching and thinking about them before I actually just react, which I always did in the past. And that's big, right? Because we're so used to reacting in today's world, because that's just the environment. Everyone's constantly having to work and produce, and you're constantly on the go. You don't get time to shut down, calm yourself, de-stress, any of that. So how can you possibly respond? Where do you have the chance to think? You haven't had the chance to do that. So through coaching, you learn how to tame your thoughts. You learn how to tame your mind. Your mind is a great tool.
Absolutely.
It can either help you win or it can completely take over and you can spiral.
Yeah.
So the idea of coaching in these sessions is to help you understand how your mind can help you win your game.
Amazing. And how beautiful that is, that not just you are addressing the triggers because of which the past memories are still a problem, but also the way you are able to address your future.
Absolutely.
And you come out as a better person, more positive person.
Yes.
I think in some sense each one of us need it, don't we?
Yes, absolutely. We all need it. That I 100% believe now, and I always say to everyone I meet, not that I'm trying to sell it actively, but yet I do think it benefits all of us. Case in point is me. When I went for this workshop, like I said, I didn't know what it was about. I didn't entirely know what I was signing up for. I had a vague idea of what NLP was. But when I went there and worked on my own issues and baggage from my past, because my parents were separated when I was very young. So I have a younger brother. He also went through the same experience, right? And it shaped me into the individual I had become.
Sure.
And it was very unconscious. I didn't realize how it had made me the person that I was, what my triggers were. I hadn't ever thought about these things. But during this journey, I understood what my triggers were. I understood how I had become this overthinker maybe at times, or I was trying to seek perfection in everything because maybe certain aspects of my life had become imperfect, right?
Sure.
So I was trying to look for perfection in things that I could control. So I was always trying to be in control of everything. In the process of this workshop, I learned that it was easy to let go if I decided I wanted to do that. And ever since, life has just become a lot easier, right? Because I've cleared my baggage. I am no longer held by the sadness or the grief from what my parents decided was best for them in their life, right? And at the same time, I learned how to become a better human, and also how I could use the same understanding and the same knowledge to help others overcome their sadness, grief, anger, whatever it is that's bothering them. Relationship issues, whether they're struggling with stress at home, at work, anxiety, which is such a big thing today, burnout, which is another concept that was unheard of maybe a little over a decade ago. We didn't know what burnout was, and suddenly burnout is a buzzword,
Yeah.
right? Because everyone's experiencing it, because there's so much we're trying to juggle with.
Yeah.
So this simply helps one to align themselves with understanding who they are at their core. What is it that's driving them, and what is it that they want from their lives? What is their purpose? And align their thoughts and actions towards achieving their life's purpose and their goals.
Wow, I think I could relate myself coming to you for quite a few of these things that we said, because whether you talk about in some form of life coaching, relationship coaching, I think all of us need a lot of these things. We need to put right in our life,
Right.
which can definitely happen with a wonderful coach like you around. So if you are like me, or if you are like if you're able to relate with what Ragini said just now, what you need to do is to reach out to her and stay tuned, because we'll be sharing her details, and she'll obviously take care of you, handhold you, guide you through this journey. Remember one thing, you're not alone in this. All of us are going through with something or the other, and with people like Ragini around, life can be better.
Absolutely. It's important for us to remember that what we resist persists. So, any problem that you're trying to put away, it's not going to happen. It's going to remain in your life. So, unless you decide that you want to take charge of your life. So, if you've decided that you want to reclaim your life and you want a better future and you want more clarity about how you want to move forward, then this is it. This is what you need to do.
Amazing. But let's not talk just theory, right? Theory is all over the place. Let's
Absolutely.
talk about a practical example. Obviously, without taking any names, we can't do that. But take us through a sample study which you had solved recently, which is like somebody came to you with a problem and how you solved that. Take us through that.
Sure. So I had this very interesting client I worked with, who was actually who I was actually meant to work with close to 6 months before I ended up working with her.
Okay.
This was meant to be online because she's in a different country, but for whatever reasons it couldn't happen. But a huge part of it was her anxiety about the process itself.
Sure.
And which is why I guess she kept procrastinating and delaying it and postponing it. But as luck would have it, she was traveling, and during her travel, she made a transit through Dubai, and because of that stopover, she happened to come and visit me to understand what I did and how I went about it. So that meeting itself was interesting because she wasn't certain about what would happen during the meeting, if she would faint or she would need to be rushed to the hospital.
Yeah.
None of that happened, which I had assured her over a phone call before we met. And that meeting went off well, and next thing we knew, we had already talked about a date when she would start her session, because she was meant to travel back to her home country. So we did this session, and during that session, she came to me with something that was anxiety and mostly stress related to her anxiety and panic attacks.
Okay.
She had been in therapy for a while before that. I think close to a couple of years, if not more. And I think she had also tried medication of some sort. And while it may have helped her to a certain degree, it hadn't helped her overcome whatever it was that she had been living with and carrying with her entirely. So during this session, a lot of things came up, right? So I call it the powerhouse breakthrough experience for a reason, that it transforms you in a sense that you are a powerhouse after that. So we uncovered so many layers of all the things that she had been going through, including her anxiety, including her relationship and her relationship by relationship, I don't just mean relationship with your partner,
Yeah.
but also relationship, how that then spills over into other relationships, right?
Yeah.
That stress. Then it had to do with her parents, with her children,
Yeah.
her relationship with herself also. She had extreme phobias. So we worked with phobias in the process as well. And she, it was a process because we weren't performing magic, right? But she was so diligent about following everything and keeping her patterns in check. So when she started focusing on how she said everything, how she spoke, because linguistics forms such a big part of the whole process.
Sure.
Basically what you say and what you think is essentially what you're feeding back to your mind. So the more of something you say, the more of it your mind starts believing, and that becomes your reality. So she had to work on changing realities on so many fronts in her life: her relationships, her anxiety, her phobias, her workplace issues. So she was able to rewire and change so many aspects of her life. By the last follow up, it was one of the best follow ups I've had. Her last follow up was where she finished everything. We did this beautiful exercise to end the whole thing with the entire experience with, and she cried, but those tears were plain tears of joy, because for her, she didn't think these were things that she was going to be able to overcome in this lifetime, which she did. And she was filled with gratitude. And for me, that was everything, right? Because if your profession allows you to give back in a way that you've so intimately affected someone's life in such a positive manner, it's everything. And it's more than anything I could ask for. And she said we were never going to be out of touch. We're still in touch. We keep in touch. And that transition that I saw from me asking her to do things during the process of the coaching, where she would say, no, I don't want to think about this, or I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah.
To her overcoming and then actually doing those things by herself, pushing herself, small steps, baby steps, but she brought about those changes in her life. And she realized she thought it was external and somebody else might do something which would make everything go away miraculously, to only learn that it was all in her mind. And when she started reframing those thoughts and those behaviors, everything changed for her. Life became a lot easier. Life became a lot more beautiful. She was able to go on hikes, spend time with her kids outdoors, which she hadn't done for the longest time. And in the process, her relationships changed. So that was a beautiful journey to watch. It was just one of the several beautiful journeys I've watched in the process.
Amazing, Ragini. And I think there's a lot of, I would love to cheer for you, to celebrate you. You have been so impactful for so many people, and the kind of change that you're bringing in, it's just more and more power to you.
Thank you so much.
While you know that I run a community of 365,000 expats full of men and women, it'll be great for somebody like you to share some tips and advices. We can't let you go just like that. We are a little selfish.
Okay.
We would want some advices which we can implement in our daily life.
Absolutely.
And it helps us.
Okay. First things first, I think people need to learn to slow down. Like I said, we're all living in a very fast-paced, demanding world, and it's all right because life doesn't stop happening, but each one of us has the responsibility of taking care of ourselves. We literally live in our own bodies and minds. So if we can't take care of this, nothing external counts, because you can't enjoy it to its max, right? So to be able to do that, it begins with what you can do for yourself. And while we're talking about that, we talk about personal physical hygiene, and that is so important, right? And if we give so much importance to physical hygiene, then why not mental hygiene at the same time?
Sure.
So it's important to declutter, it's important to let go, it's important to get rid of unserving thoughts that hold you back and don't allow you to move forward. So invest in yourself, because it's a lifetime investment. it might seem like, in terms of time or money or any resources, at an instant it might seem like too much, but in the long run you'll realize that it's refueled you and re-energized you, so that you don't have to seek constant help in various formats. Once you've sorted yourself out over here, you're really sorted in life, right? So to do that, start doing little things, little shifts like exercising, ensuring that you're eating right, you're sleeping right. Sleep forms a very important pattern. We keep hearing about circadian rhythm and all of these things. We all have access to the internet and social media, so everyone's seeing these things and hearing about these things in some capacity. So it's important to understand that there's a reason people are talking about these things. Sleep is so important. Timely sleep is extremely important. Hitting your bed, keeping that routine, maintaining a routine, a healthy routine, is very essential to a healthy life. So sleep, and to de-stress, meditate. Meditation has impact beyond just helping you de-stress, because it's really regenerating so many cells within your body that science thought was not possible a while ago, right? And meditation has allowed us to actually bust that myth and say, no, we are capable of regenerating a lot of our body and brain cells plainly and purely by meditating and exercising on a daily basis. So if we can give ourselves even that much time in a day, maybe 30 minutes or 40 minutes of our day, which is not a big ask in those 24 hours that you're spending, we spend hours mindlessly scrolling. So why not this? These are small steps to begin with, and those small shifts start making little changes that affect your life largely.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing that. And I'm sure after this impactful, insightful podcast, people would love to get in touch with you and get those value added services with you and understand how they can, improve as a person in general. So how they can reach out to you.
So people can reach me over WhatsApp, or they can call me on my phone. My number is 0544350910. I can also be reached on email at mail@minervamindconsulting.com. Alternatively, reach out to me or connect with me over Instagram at Transform with Ragini.
Amazing. It was lovely to have you on my show. The pleasure was all mine. And I can't tell you, this podcast has touched me personally in many ways, and I'm sure to the community as well. Thank you for giving us your precious time.
Thank you so much, Anul. It was a pleasure being here and talking to you.
Thank you. So guys, that was Miss Ragini Shinde, the transformational coach, the NLP practitioner. So if you are struggling with issues like stress, anxiety, relationship issues, get in touch with her. She is one of the best in the region. And if you are looking for more such experts or stories your way, stay tuned with us at UAE Achievers Talk Show Season 3.